It's really supposed to be 11 o'clock, but I can never be on time for 11 o'clock. Bears on mine. Oh, you like Chicago? You in for a long season, Scoop. You in for a long season, Scoop. You out there room for Chicago. Yeah, Chicago. Jesus Christ. Wait, didn't they just? I think they beat Dallas. They beat Dallas the other day or 2 weeks ago. So, they ain't all the way that bad. But yeah, you in for a long season, my boy. But anyways, yeah, y'all Raiders. I haven't even been checking in on the Raiders. Are the Raiders doing good this year? I wouldn't know. But yeah, y'all, what's going on? I hope everybody doing well. I hope y'all eating right, working out, staying in shape. I hope y'all drinking y'all water, drinking y'all beet juice. Go ahead and drink some beet juice, watermelon juice. You know what I'm saying? All kind of veggies and vegetable juice, fruit juice. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, get all that good shit in y'all system, man. You know, longevity is key. You see what I'm saying? Um, so today I want to come on here real quick and talk about, something that's been on my mind lately because I feel like I might have some involvement in it, based off how I come off. Um, I just want to say this to all the Black Americans. I just want to say this. Ain't nobody tell you niggas to call y'all niggas to call yourselves some damn Indians. I never told you niggas that. Okay? I never told you niggas to call yourselves Indians. First and foremost, there's this huge debate going on between, if Black Americans are from here, if we're from Africa, and everybody has their own beliefs. My whole thing is this. I think I want to make this crystal clear because I think it goes over some of y'all head when I have these conversations about being indigenous and whatnot. I'm not encouraging people to call themselves Indians. Don't tell people, don't go out there and say Hood Smart told us to call ourselves. I never said that shit. That's not what I said. I never told you niggas to say that shit. See what I'm saying? I said this is all that I'm saying because I see a little bit of y'all are taking this a little bit too far. You see what I'm saying? And a couple of y'all come to my panel with that shit. And I'm like, where is this shit coming from? I hope it's not me. I know there's Dan Calloway out there who's doing what he's doing. And I'm not saying he's not doing good work. I've seen some of his stuff sometimes, but here's my thing. Listen, when I came out with talking about being indigenous, I really was referring to being freedmen attached to slavery. The only ones trying to say we're not from here are Africans. Yeah, I'm trying to say that we have a lineage that's attached to something that's called freemen, which everybody should have if you do your genealogy. Now, I don't care what the hell y'all call yourselves. I told y'all that from day one. Y'all could call yourselves whatever the fuck you want to call yourself. You want to call yourself a Moor, an African, Indian, Native American, whatever the fuck y'all want to call yourselves. It don't matter to me. I don't give a damn. But I consider myself a freedman. And my point with the freedmen was my point, my bad, Scoop. No, I ain't mean to invite you. Someone's trying to hop on. My point with the freedmen is this. The freedmen have a certain right in America because the whites had told the Native Americans that owned us as slaves too. Freedmen are people who are descendants of chattel slavery, that they're owed reparations, the same reparations that they gave the Native Americans, we're supposed to get because the Native Americans also had slaves too, during slavery and after slavery. It's called the 1866 Reconstructional Act. See what I'm saying? And that is a treaty. So the thing about being a freedman, though, is that they never specified who the freedmen were, just people of chattel slavery. That could have been people who were already indigenous to some of the tribes that turned around and enslaved them. And that could have been the freedmen who came out of chattel slavery with white USA, white America. See what I'm saying? But the whole point of it is the money that's attached to it, the reparations, the debt that's owed. I think you guys are, you know, getting carried away with certain things that, in my opinion, don't serve you well. Because here's the thing: you call yourself indigenous. There's no ruling in law, or we have a current treaty in law right now that grants you guys reparations for calling yourself indigenous. What's going on, Jacqueline? You want to call yourself a Moor? There's no written law that says you guys are owed anything for being Moors. See what I'm saying? That they have to abide to. And here in America. So I'm going off of things that they already have agreed to and already said that we are owed something. I'm going off of that terminology. That's why I say, um, that's why I say, I don't care what y'all call yourselves. You can call yourselves African, Indians, Moors. It don't matter to me. I call myself a freedman. Now, let's get into why some people do think we're African, and why some people think we are not African and strictly indigenous. Like I always say, there's always two sides of the truth. So I'm saying, for one person to say, no, we're only this, and for the other person, no, we're only this, when both of them could be true. My personal opinion, or what I find to be factual, is that some of us did, no, not some of us, there is a population of us that came out of Africa who came to North America. And it's relatively a small amount. See what I'm saying? And I think the number was 1%. Was 1%. And that 1% of Africans, or 2%, 3%, whatever, that 3% of Africans mixed in with the black Indians that I consider were black, the black Indians that were here, and they mixed us all together. And with that mixture, you get Black American. So when people speak of Black American is just not one thing. It's a combination of things. We are a mixed group of people like everybody else. Everybody else is a mixed group of people. Even the Africans in Africa right now, those are not the pure tribes that were there. They intermingle with the South Africans, the East Africans, and all that other stuff. There is no pure nothing anymore. So the mix that makes Black Americans is Black, Indigenous, Black Indigenous, Black Indian, 3% of African, and some of you niggas got European in you. Yeah, nigga, some of you niggas got European in your DNA. Right. So we're not going to, what I don't do is sit up here and try to tell you guys are just one whole thing. See what I'm saying? I don't sit here and tell you guys that you guys are one whole thing, because the Africans are wrong for telling you, the Africans are wrong for telling you guys that we're African. That's not all the way true. To be indigenous is to act like we're not, to say we're only indigenous is to act like we haven't been colonized. See, the problem with you guys calling yourself indigenous, saying that you're not nothing else, is that you're negating the fact that we have been colonized. So we have been colonized. Any group of people who have been colonized or have went through oppression, you are now mixed. You know what I'm saying? Right. You are now mixed. See what I'm saying? So I don't claim to be African. I don't claim to be fully indigenous. I say we are Black Americans, which is a mixed group of people. So the Africans are wrong for saying that we are just Africans. That's not true. Only 2% came from Africa. But also to say that we're just all just indigenous Indians, that's not true neither. Some of y'all asses was mixed. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all asses are mixed. And it's fine. I'm mixed. See what I'm saying? Black American. And guess what? I don't want to be nothing else but Black American.
I mean, that's the only thing you can be, man. Black American, man.
Hold on, brother. Yeah, I don't want to be nothing but Black American. Hold on, brother.
Yeah, man.
You got too much shit. I'm about to drop you. You gonna behave, nigga.
Yeah, I'm about to put these balls in your face.
Oh, my bad, y'all. This is the racist.
Nah, this is Uncle Tom right here, man.
This is the racist cracker.
There's Uncle Tom
I'm gonna
right
drop
here.
it right now. I ain't got time to be talking to no crackers right now. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Yeah, we are a mixed group of people. See what I'm saying? We have indigenous in us, and we have African in us, and some of us has European. See what I'm saying? So the problem is this, and here's how we know this. We know this because not only is there records and journals of there being speculations of dark-skinned people already being in America, but also these motherfucking Europeans didn't know who to enslave. They didn't know who to enslave when they first got here. You see what I'm saying? When they first got to America, they were looking to build their economy and they needed someone to work the fields and labor. They didn't just say, African. They didn't just say, African. Let's get them niggas from Africa. They said, well, let's see what we're working with here. We're here in this land. We have these indigenous people who's already on this land. We also have been enslaving white people because they also have white indentured servitude. So they were using them too. They were trying to find a more effective way to provide slavery. So what they did first was they first captured some of the natives indigenous, and they made them prisoners of war. They also used white people as indentured servitudes, and then they also went to go grab some Africans from Africa and came over here and they mixed everybody in. Everybody's mixed. So, and the way we know this is because it's called the baby follows the womb. So the baby follows the womb. They had to create that because, like I said, the trip to Africa back and forth is too expensive. That's not something you could just keep doing day in and day out. They can't keep doing that. The trip to Africa is too expensive. And they went ahead and said, you know what? Whatever slave gets pregnant, and then they didn't put any emphasis on who was the slave. It could have been a prisoner of war that's black indigenous. It could have been an indentured servitude. It could have been an African they brought from Africa. They never specified who was slaves over here. It wasn't just one group of people at first. See what I'm saying? They said, if you get pregnant while you are a slave, that child is automatically a slave off rip. So guess what they did? Them white boys started impregnating all the slaves. And this is where you get the term breeding farm from. So the term breeding farm comes from they had to create their own slaves. They had to keep the population up. So they either let it naturally happen with people who were already in relationships, or they went ahead and raped, or they found anybody who was dark skinned and considered them a slave. Another thing is there was no separation between Indian and black. Yeah, the people that they were calling black was once called Indian. There was no separation. So the problem with this is that there is no separation between there is no clear separation on who was a slave and who wasn't. You see what I'm saying? So it's either the people that were black indigenous already also were prisoner of war. You had some Africans coming over that they brung over. You even had some indentured servitudes that they were considered slaves. So when they said the baby follows the womb, we don't know who was getting pregnant. And we don't know what color skin they were because they never specified that. Skin color, African American, Native American, these terms came way later to separate people. These terms came way later. Peace, gravy. Yeah, these are not no new terms. Right. So what I'm telling you niggas is, I'm not telling you niggas to call yourselves some damn indigenous. I say I'm black American. I am a freedman. See what I'm saying? We are a mixed group of people. You know what? Let me bring this nigga Kendrick up, nigga. Nigga, you pissed me off. Not true. You sounding like a bitch, nigga. What proof you?
What's up, bro?
What about, nigga?
Hey, like some of what you saying correct, right? But like my great grandmother, she's 106 years old. I spent a lot of time around them and shit, right? But like some of what you saying correct, some not. But believe it or not, even African people, they're indigenous to this land also. The Africans fled to Africa when the Europeans came over to colonize. You know what I'm saying? So it originally started here in America. They got all this
Okay, all right. So what
that's why we got more pyramids.
Wait, hold on. I'm not saying you wrong or right. I'm just gonna ask you questions. What year was that? What year did Americans start going to Africa to populate the whole continent of Africa?
You know what? I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say I know exactly what year it was. But my grandmother, she's 106. She was born back in the 1800s. So she passing down to me, you know, what her mothers and fathers told her.
So
You know
so
what I'm
here's
saying?
the problem. Here's the problem. I'm not gonna say that you're wrong. You're trying to say that you think America is older than Africa. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I know if America's older than Africa. That's why I asked you for a date. What year was that? If America is older than Africa and there were blacks going to Africa to populate it, fine. But how many years has it been since they've been there, and did they create their own culture, subculture? And if they created their own subculture and they created their own ethnogenesis, they're no longer indigenous Americans anymore. They're now Africans. So if that same African group comes back to America, they don't know the niggas over here. They don't know the niggas over here in America now, because that's a different group. This is why timelines are important. So you might be right. America might be the homeland where a lot of blacks went to Africa to populate it. I'm not gonna say that's wrong, but at the same time, you can't act like, because we can't do the same thing they do to us. What they do to us is they try to act like we didn't go through ethnogenesis, regardless. So ethnogenesis is a process where a group of people, creates their own culture and have their own experience, and they're no longer attached to whatever group they supposedly started off from. Everybody starts off from somewhere. You see what I'm saying? So nobody is the same as they used to be, because we all went through ethnogenesis. If you guys want to claim to be black indigenous, y'all not the same black indigenous that you were from way back then, because we have been colonized. We went through Jim Crow, redlining, segregation. We developed hip hop, rap, fashion, style, inventions. So we're no longer doing the same shit that we used to do. We went through ethnogenesis. So regardless, I'm not gonna say that you're wrong, but that still don't take away the fact that Africa is a new group of people, even if they came from America. You get me? See what I'm trying to say? I'm gonna go ahead, brother.
Yeah, you definitely right. And I was gonna say, like you said, how all us mixed with something else. That's definitely true too. I agree with a lot of what you said, but I was only just stating that it really started, everything that we've been told is really falsified. Everything really started here in America. That's why we have, what I'm saying, more of the.
I got no problem with that. I got no problem with you
Yeah,
stating
I
that.
definitely agree with you. You
I
know what
don't
I'm saying?
disagree. I think there's some truth in that. I'm just saying that I think we get carried away without acknowledging that ethnogenesis takes place regardless. See what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
definitely. I
Appreciate
agree.
that, brother.
Yes, sir.
Nisha 24/7, talk to me, man. What's going on? Oh, is that, yeah, talk to me, man.
Oh, I thought he was negating the fact that we was here first. So I was ready because he was saying his grandmother 106. I was like, oh, let me up because I got my father obituary in my hand because my father was born in 1939 and my grandmother was born in the 1800s. And I'm like, yo, I know we been here first because I got the paperwork to show it. I was ready to show him some stuff.
Yeah,
I was
no,
ready to go to my office and
No,
show him some
that's what
stuff.
I said.
no,
Uh,
he came up here to try to debunk what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, for us to only acknowledge that we were here first and not acknowledge that we all been mixed up until now is what I don't agree with. Like I don't tell people to say that they're only indigenous, and I don't tell people to say that they're only African. I tell people Black American is a mixed group of people, because we've been mixed with both. We've been, well, three things really: Black indigenous. Some of y'all got white in y'all because some of us was raped on farm on a slave plantation, and we got 3% of the Africans that did come over here. Not a large number, but they did come over here. Some of them, and we're mixed with that.
and you know what my father used to tell me all the time?
Mhm.
When you go to other countries, pay attention to the older buildings because not only was we here, we were other places as well.
Right, yeah, we was in other places, we was doing other things. Um, but yeah, so I just want to make that clear. So the whole problem, and we know that we're mixed because the whole thing with the breeding farms is that they told it wrong. They said the story wrong. They said that they were making us do things, and that's not where the breed. You can't make nobody, especially if you're not the one doing it. You can't make another man do something to somebody else. The whole thing with the breeding farms is that the Atlantic slave trade was too expensive. They couldn't keep going back and forth, supplying all them damn ships, grabbing millions of Africans, and they learned that quick. That's why they ended that shit in 1770. Yeah, slavery kept going, but the slave trade stopped. So the slave trade has stopped. That shit was too expensive, and they had to find. They're trying to figure out a new way to create more slave populations here. So why not enslave the black indigenous that's already here, or the people that's already here, keep your numbers up? And then when you do that, you're gonna mix that with whatever Africans you do have here. And then, or you're gonna go ahead and try to grape somebody and create your own child, because it's called baby fall the womb. Once a person who's enslaved, no matter what color they were, gets pregnant, that child, and no matter who their daddy is, that child is now presumed to be a slave. They never gave a specific on color, where they had to be from. And my last point, in 1854 in California, the landmark decision, the California Supreme Court treated black person as a generic legal category covering all non-Caucasians. So this means they considered anybody black who wasn't white. So we don't know who the fuck they've been
You
talking
said
about.
what year? So I can look it up. I love knowledge.
It's the 1854 California Act. The Supreme Court treated the term black person as a generic legal category covering all non-Caucasians, not just people of African descent. Evidence that black/Negro could be used interchangeably with other non-white status in practice. So what that means is the term black and Negro never applied to anybody specifically. See what I'm saying? You could have put that label on a Chinese man if he was here. You could have put that label on whatever. So they after 1854, 1865 came around, after we was free. That's when they said, you know what? Let's consider them black, and let's call them people native, and let's give white status to different groups of people. So all these terminologies get given to certain people. There was no differentiations between us and the black indigenous that were already here. You couldn't tell the difference, and this proves it. And then we also have European journals who already said that they ain't know the difference between some niggas in Ethiopia and niggas over here. An early European explorer, Italian, said the niggas he found in North Carolina and Florida had broad, wide chests, dark hair, woolly hair, and skin that was not unlike Ethiopians. See what I'm saying? So nigga, he's saying this is a nigga that's over here. Well, a lot of similarities to niggas that they found in Africa, because they called Africa Ethiopia back then. So, there's a lot of confusion, and people don't understand that, instead of just calling yourself one thing, Black American is a mix of pretty much a lot of, three main different things. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, we
Hey,
definitely.
can I say something? I love your content and everything.
The opposition.
I'm jealous of the background you got.
You say you jealous of my background?
I'm jealous of the background right now. That's nice. But use TikTok friendly words. I know
Oh,
this.
my bad. Yeah, my bad. I got to work on that. I'm getting better. See what I'm saying? I'll be talking to y'all like I knew y'all for years and shit. My bad. You
I
know
know
what
it's
I'm
all family over here. That's why. But you,
saying?
I don't want nobody, because you got the bots and the trolls, and I don't want nobody to do nothing, stupid
Yeah.
on the page. But I'm at work, so I'm gonna drop
So I
down.
have a question for you.
Appreciate that, man.
Do
Brother,
you
what's your
allow
name? Where you from
opposition?
first?
Oh, I'm an American Indian. My name on here is Prince Dread. I'm a descendant of the Republic for which it stands. So, do you allow opposition on your panel, or is this a sounding hall?
Always, brother. If anybody could come up here and bring scholarship, this is what this page is
Oh,
for.
okay, because I was hearing you, saying the third grade to 12th grade history of this country, and when I looked up, the war 1865, the slaves. I came across this shiny coin that they were giving out to the veterans. And
Okay.
strangely, there were no slaves, African slaves on there, but there were European immigrants on the Civil War medal. And strangely, when you look at it, it's a melanated man that they're shaking hands with. Now, I'm
Okay.
trying to figure out why a country who ended slavery would put Europeans on the front of the Civil War medal. And then the Europeans act like the angry slaves and commit a lot of massacres right after the Civil War. That part.
Here you go with this coin shit, nigga. So, nigga, you told me you found you a coin outside and it had a nigga shaking hand with a white boy, and now you assume niggas wasn't slaves. That's what you telling me, nigga?
Yes, that's what I'm telling you. Yeah, let's take
Oh,
a
all
look
right,
at
listen,
it. It's from
listen, brother.
1866.
Listen, I'm gonna say this. This is the
Take a
problem.
look at it.
Hold on. I'll let you talk. So this is the problem with some of you American Indians who's taking this a little, just y'all take shit just a little bit too far. Y'all sound like that voodoo priest, Haitian priest now who be telling them Haitians they been all over in America. Y'all gotta just calm down for a second. Let's rationally think about this before y'all make me have to stop telling you niggas you guys are black indigenous. You know what I'm saying? Because you're taking this shit too far. Nigga, Europeans came over here to colonize. See what I'm saying? They will use anybody as a slave. And you might, this picture right here, you might be showing me I don't know who that is. That could be a coon for all
That's
I know,
a
right?
Civil War medal from 1866.
Who is
And
he
a
shaking hands with?
European,
Who is he shaking hands with?
that's a brother. That's a brother
Who
on the
is the
right.
brother?
I don't know. They
God,
wiped out the
all right, nigga,
history.
no scholarship. God damn, nigga, just
What you got to
nah,
run from?
nigga, I said I let my panel be for oppositions who have scholarship. If I ask you a question, oh, who the hell you can't bring some shit to the panel, and I ask you, nigga, who that is? I don't know, nigga. What the fuck? So how the fuck I'm supposed to know? How the fuck I'm supposed to know?
Hey, I might have a clue. My name's Flavor. I'm from Atlanta.
Talk to me, brother. What's going on?
So that guy on the coin, most 9 times out of 10 might be a indigenous person that helped in the Civil War, probably a Negro Abraham, uh, or one of the chiefs out of Florida, New Spain, basically. And to go off what you're saying is uh, that you feel like every black person in America like was a slave or came from Africa is mostly not true, but it does. It's some of it is, but most of it is propaganda. So what I found out is the lot like the slave pictures that we see. Most of those weren't even from America. I found a book, and it was some people from Zambia, and they had yokes around their necks and chained up and stuff like that. But that was from the German invasion of that tribe, and those people were actually put on boats and sent to America. But the slavery thing, where we get it twisted, every black person was not a slave in
Slave.
America, and and at those times, I doubt, because when you trace when America actually had uh, made the deal with Morocco to actually establish themselves over here, that was in like early 1700s, and from then, that's when they started breaking treaties, and then that's when wars started breaking out because our lineage, some of our people was actually in those tribes up north towards New England and down on down. That's when wars broke out. But at that same time, we're warring for like hundreds of years consecutively. And so at that time, when did they have time to travel across the Atlantic 6 to 8 months, pick up slaves, and travel back
That
with
never happened.
slaves to populate the entire Americas? Now think about it logically. I'm just saying
Wait,
it,
hold on, brother.
this
Hold on, give me a second, because you're getting the, if you're I understand what you're saying, because I'm not opposing all of what you're saying, but you're leaving out key information on the opposing European side that they already mentioned. So you're on the basis that the slave trade never happened. I'm on the basis that it did happen, but we never got a large number uh in America. Hold on, we never got a large number of slaves in America, and I don't think they ever said that uh it populated the whole America. They gave us a specific number. They said 12.5 million slaves is what they captured from Africa, and they took it all over the Americas, not just North America. And they said North America only got 3% of that. Hold on, brother. You got too much feedback. You gotta maybe wait. I'm gonna let you talk. Give me 1 second. North America only got 3% of that, or maybe 2%, 1%, which was, I think it was 300,000. Now, they did end the slave trade very early, because I think that it wasn't feasible. Like you're saying, they didn't have time. I'm saying that they didn't have the finances to do it neither. So I do believe some came over. I just don't think it was a large population. That's all. But go ahead.
Okay, so yes, that's valid. That's valid. I can rock with that. Okay, so now slave trade. Now this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go back to like the 1600s because the Europeans were the only people that came over trying to conquer. All right, now you have us, the black indigenous, including yourself, maybe if you did your lineage. You have to do your lineage to confirm.
I
But
did. I did my lineage.
okay, all right, and your people, you claiming America, you claiming you come from Africa.
See, I
I'm
don't
just
know.
asking. Okay, but I'm gonna tell. I'm
Yeah,
gonna take
I
the
don't. I don't
slave
know
trade.
where you came in. I don't know where you
Okay,
came in,
okay.
but
I did. I don't
here's
know.
here's I do believe there were black indigenous, and I also
Yeah,
believe that there were Africans who came. I think both stories could be true. Now, some people are exaggerating. What I think is unfair is I think it's unfair for the Africans to say that we're only African when that's not true. And I think it's
and that's
kind of
not true.
unfair. I think it's kind of unfair to say that we black indigenous haven't been mixed because we went through colonization. Any group that went through colonization has now been mixed. We got European in some of us, and some of us
Yep.
do got the little bit of Africans that they brung over, the
Yep.
300,000, which is not a lot. So I believe over
Hmm.
time, mixing, we put that together to call what we're now Black American. We're no longer
Okay.
that Black indigenous. We come from it, but we're no
Oh.
longer that. The same way how
Okay.
some of us could have came from Africa, but we're no longer African because of our
Hmm.
mixes. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying because we develop our own culture, style, hip hop, language, slang. We no longer
Okay.
are that same group of people anymore through
Okay.
ethnogenesis.
Okay, so check this out. Okay, all right, I'm gonna hit the slave and I'm gonna hit what you said. Okay, so let's think about slave trade. When now the people down in the Caribbean and stuff like that, most of them came from the main island, which is North America. Even the Dominicans that say, "Oh, me not black, me not black," those are folks, and that's the slave trade that everybody keeps skipping over because it was like it was slavery, but it wasn't to the fact that like they were forced on the boat. From the narratives I heard, it was like labor force. Like, oh, look, we need help down in the islands. Who want to, what I'm saying, volunteer, go out on this boat, get paid. And they were tricked, and then they were stuck down there.
Well,
Okay, so
hold on, Flavor. Can listen? This is a scholar page, so I'm not gonna disagree with you, but I want you to
okay,
because I haven't done any research on the Caribbeans. Um,
it's a book. It's a book. Hold on, it's a book.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna give you time. I'm not gonna drop you. I'm not gonna drop, and I'm not gonna say you wrong. You got time. I want to say something to the panel real quick. Anyways, I'm gonna read you guys the 1854 California law, that pretty much states that the term Black, Negro, Indian, and Mulatto didn't apply to. It wasn't just limited to African. So the 1854 is called People versus Hall decision. The California Supreme Court interpreted that the term black person alongside Negro, Indian, and mulatto in a generic and expensive way, not limited to individuals of African descent. So it's saying black person and Negro is not limited to African descent. See what I'm saying? So it's telling you niggas that when they were calling in 1854, they was calling everybody ass black. It wasn't just so what we have to do is we have to make white people prove that we weren't the indigenous people. We don't have indigenous in us. The burden of proof is now on them because it's not our fault that they was walking around calling everybody black. And then later you want to flip the script and say, no, you are Native American. Now now you are Negro. You was calling everybody Negro and Indian. So we don't know who was here, who wasn't. There's a big confusion. That I fully believe, and I also believe people did come from Africa. We're a mix of
okay,
people. Go ahead, brother.
okay. So check this out. All right, you said that was what in the 1800s.
1854 people versus Hall decision.
Okay, and you know who came up with the Racial Integrity Act, right?
Who did?
Walter Plicker. Walter Plicker wrote that before the 1800s. He's the one that has everyone confused, like, oh, you black, or you a Negro, oh, you a Native, oh, you this, and oh, that African be included into your blacks because they all look alike. That is called the Racial Integrity Act. That
Wait, hold on. I gotta correct you, brother.
Walter
So
Plicker.
Well, I do know of Walter Pecker, and I heard of him before. But with this Paul People versus Hall decision, that wasn't Walter Pecker. That ruling was
No,
done by Chief Justice Hugh Murray of the California
no.
Supreme Court.
No. What I'm saying, Walter Plecker wrote that before then. It's called the Racial Integrity Act. That was to step us down from our real nationality, which is you can say American Indian, or whatever you want to call it, indigenous, Aboriginal, it's all the same. But the Racial Integrity Act was for them to classify us in a second class of race, to take our property of what we had and make us seem like we are just savages and and what they call imposters on the land. And so through years you have delineage and you have cutoff of historic events and your own history from your people, and you mixed up and you move from here, you move from there, because they took a lot of people from Virginia to the islands, to the Caribs, but at the end of the day, with the term black, Negro, Indian, those are all terms that Walter Plecker uh, arranged to classify
Okay,
American
so
indigenous
hold on,
Indians.
I'm not arguing that. That's not my argument. Fine. If there's a nigga named Walter Peck and there's a nigga named Chief Justice Huey Murray, and there's no evidence of Walter Pecker going and making that decision for Chief Justice Huey Murray. But I'm not gonna debunk Walter Pecker. Like I'm
I'm
saying,
not saying he. No, no, what I'm saying is he wrote. It's called the racial integrity. He wrote that. That was the act. That was the law that they were going by to step us down from who we really are, and that's how you are saying black to this day because of that act. And what you're stating, the case file, the court case, came at a later date, and so that's them taking advantage of us more to take our property, our land, our money, or whatever we had
well,
of
wait, hold
ours.
on, brother. Hold on, brother. So I have to fact check you again. The Racial Integrity Act, because this is a scholar panel. So whenever you guys talk, I look up. You talk, I look up. The Racial Integrity Act happened in 1924 in Virginia. My 1854 California happened in 1854. So I predate your Racial Integrity Act. But you're saying the same shit I'm
It,
saying. You're saying what you're saying.
well, it has to be before, but
I'm looking
I'm gonna
at
look
it.
back
Look,
into it.
I'm not lying, nigga. I swear to
I'm gonna
God.
look back into it. I'm gonna
It
look
said
back into it.
1854,
1854. Well,
1824, 1924. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm not lying to you. So
okay. So even if I do have the dates mixed up, I'm putting it like this. Okay, even if I do have the dates mixed up, that's still the fact of what I'm saying is they know who we are, and the fact that we run around to call ourselves black. Even if you want to use black, okay, and I could take it on back to the Moorish thing. I could take it back to that because before you
okay,
even
now
had,
we're getting into
hold
a
on,
different
no, no,
thing.
no, 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 I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm just making an example. What I'm saying is, even when you say black, that still has some at the end of it. You understand what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
we be like, oh, I'm just black. Okay, but in from a news clipping that I have from Macon, Georgia, right here in Georgia, they wrote a newspaper. I think it's probably early 1900s or late 1800s. It's a black man, but it wasn't just black. They call him a blackamoor. A blackamoor has bitten a white police officer in Macon, Georgia. So when you even using that term black, it still has another term with it that people don't even know about or refuse to uh, acknowledge. But at the end of the day, when you use that term black, it's no nationality behind it. It's just a racial classification. So when you're talking nationality, and if you know the stuff that I know, and you actually into this, and you're trying to get everything rectified, which meaning resources, water, land, minerals, and you're trying to go to the UN and get a seat in the UN, then you have to step up to actually who are you and what people are you representing and
Hold
what
on, brother.
and what what
Hold on, because you're gonna keep going in. Tell me where there's a written law that says Moors or indigenous, black indigenous, are owed reparations. What law that we have right now that says that we're owed that by calling ourselves Moors?
well by calling us okay some more all right some more actually They
Or
say
whatever
so
you want to
more.
call yourself,
Okay.
whatever you
I
call
mean,
yourself.
well, okay. Well, I mean, because the thing is, people jump into this, right?
That's my
All right,
point.
all right, all right.
That's my point. Now let me get into my point real quick. The
Hold on,
reason,
hold on.
hold
Look,
on, no,
look, because
hold on. Give me a second. The reason why I asked you that question because that's all I'm after is that title. Now or reparations. Now you want to? I don't care what y'all call yourselves. Y'all can call yourselves Moors, Indigenous, African, Black. It don't matter to me. But when I do my genealogy, it traces back to the Freedmen Act, to the Freedmen Bureau. And if you look at freedmen, the term freedmen is what they called us after slavery. And freedmen there actually is a written law or treaty with the term freedmen that says to the Natives American, the 5 civilized tribes in 1866, that you need to grant these freedmen, descendants of chattel slavery, the same reparations that we gave you, which is land, government funding, all that. So that's what I call myself. Now, Black, FBA, those are all terms adjacent to freedmen.
okay.
That's it.
All right.
So,
So, all
so
right. So
lawfully,
even with the
politically,
freedmen. Okay. So even with the freedmen, that's what you have. All right. Since we was in war, all right. We You get a freedman because at that time you could call it a native or it was the natives. Look, put it like this:
you
freeman,
right, you right,
you
you
get
right.
it from you get it from being in and around the town of where they at that time were claiming to be Indians. All right, and
Correct.
it's kind of tough, but you have the Choctaw slavery thing come in effect because we were at the war we were captured, so it's not even slavery, it's prisoners of war because when we went out to war we was actually promised
Sir,
things,
sir, sir,
land.
sir, sir. Do you have a term that competes with my freedman term in law and treaty that says
In
rep?
law, I mean, because it's stuff
That's
that you
it. That's
going.
it. That's it,
I mean,
brother. That's it. I'm after that. That's all I'm
no, I
after.
mean,
I'm
no.
not asking you
I
nothing
could
else but
tell
that.
you what I'm saying. What I'm trying to tell you is, bro. What I'm trying to tell you,
When dude land is
I
playing, I would like to speak if I can.
Okay,
yeah,
bro. You
okay.
make
But what I'm
sense.
trying to tell him is like, okay, it get because it gets so deep, and because people skip over
Just
timelines and
answer
dates,
the
and
question,
so.
brother. Answer
But
the question. Yes or
I'm trying to
no?
tell you. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you this. All right, so they renamed a certain thing
Oh my
because
God.
no, really, really, no, really, because
No, yes or no,
to take
brother. Yes or no?
yes or no to say it again. Repeat your question. Repeat your question. To the Freeman thing. The Freeman thing is because the free look. Okay, when you look at the Freeman, you see these people go to take the Cherokee Nation to
No, no,
trial.
no, no. Don't
They
talk about the freemen. Compete with the
no,
freemen.
no, I'm telling
What
you, no,
term?
I'm telling you because it was a false term named put on us to take our shit. That's what I'm telling you. So these people went to the Cherokee Nation and they fought them and they sued them and they won the act to drop the name Freedmen because it deals with slavery when it wasn't really no slavery. They wasn't slaves. They was already in the tribe before the so-called people that you think are natives are or calling themselves Indians. They are saying we've been this for eons of years. It is no thing where some white dude had us in the field whipping us on our back calling us slaves. No, we were fighting wars and actually the other side won. We got conquered. So that's called prisoner of war. And they named you freedmen. So when they Cherokee Nation took them to court, they said we want to drop freedmen because we are naturally who we say we are. We are this. We are this. So that's why that term freedman is kind of misconstrued.
Sir, what year was that treaty of 1866 dropped? When did they go to court by that? Do you have a year and a date?
The year the people took the Cherokee Nation to court, this just happened
Just
like
the
three
whole
years
five
ago.
civilized tribe. What year?
Okay, the Cherokee Nation just got sued, and that was to overturn for freedmen. The Choctaw Nation, over on my
No, no,
over
no, no,
here,
no. Wait, no, no, no,
they
no,
just
no,
got
no, no,
sued.
no, no. When have they come together as a collective group to say that the 1866 Act can no longer be applied in court? Because the same way you could say some of them denied, there's some that accepted too.
Okay, so that just recently happened 3 years ago. Cherokee Nation, 3 or 4, probably 5 years ago. The so-called what you call black people took Cherokee Nation to court to drop the freedmen. because they was not slaves. They
Sir,
it's
sir,
nowhere.
sir. But we have people who just got into Muskegee Creek tribe at the same time too. Recently, this was 2 months ago. So what is your claim?
And all the tribes, all those tribes are being sued to drop freedmen. That's what I'm telling you. They are getting
Okay, then
sued.
tell me when they did that. When did they all come together to say that? Okay, I'm gonna
I'm
read you
I'm
something.
get I
I'm
literally
gonna read you
told you.
something. I'm gonna read you something. No, the 1866 Treaty of Freemen has not been dropped. In fact, it recently been reaffirmed in key legal decisions. Muskegee Nation Supreme Court ruling in 2025, the court that ruled Muskegee Freemen, descendants of people formerly enslaved, have been Muskegee citizens, are entitled to citizenship under the 1866 Treaty. Sir, I gotta move
Okay,
on to
so that's
somebody
you
else.
talking
I
about the
have to move on.
Muskegee.
I have to move on to somebody else. Jesus Christ. Now, I didn't want to do the brother like that, but I'm coming to
I
y'all with
wish you had
dates.
kept him up for just a second.
Yeah.
Hold on, hold on.
Hey,
Hold on, give me a second. I'm coming to y'all with dates, facts, resources. I'm not the kind of nigga to get up here and just start telling y'all some bullshit. I got other things to be doing. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm speaking to y'all, I just hope that you guys have the respect to come with information that I can fact check. I'm gonna let you speak, but when you're speaking, just saying dot 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 dot, and then I ask you questions, you can't be specific and you can't give dates. Like how I could keep going back and giving y'all dates and read to you guys. It just says no. The 1866 Treaty of Freemen has not been dropped. So what the hell he was talking about? Anyways, next. Tyrone, talk to me, brother. What's going on? Tyrone, your mic muted, brother.
what's a good brother
What's
AI?
going on? You gotta fix your mic real quick. I get a lot of feedback and whatnot from your mic.
Gotta wash my hands real quick. Apologize for that. But what's going on, brother AI?
Chilling,
Uh,
chilling, chilling.
I was hearing from the last two callers, they was mixing the dope for real, because we can't be out here like lacking like this. Because if you, dang, uh, nothing. Got briefly distracted, but mixing the dope with ideologies, because if you sit up here and spread misinformation, they're gonna sit up here and try and accuse us of being quote unquote pretendians and like
Exactly. Exactly. That's the problem. That's
Walter
the
Plecker
problem.
thing. It was limited to Virginia, but it also trickled down to other states.
Hmm.
Like you got different court cases, like dealing with the Robinsons, for example. They were mulattoes that were free black people within North Carolina, and they were misclassified as Negro, even though they got American Indian uh, ancestry. And
Right.
so most people can't go off of the same story of the Walter Plecker just a racist, when no, these other eugenicists did it too.
They were
And you
doing it
got to look
earlier.
into the court cases, and bringing up Moors, that is not going to get us any reparations.
Nothing.
Bringing up royalty, all this other stuff, and talking about haplogroups, that's not going to get us no reparations, because that's talking about some BCE stuff. And
Right.
plus, these Native Americans do not take DNA tests.
Exactly. That's
Like,
100% correct.
tell these cats that keep bringing up. I don't know why these cats keep bringing up like DNA tests as if it's gonna prove that you a slave or something, when they not actually testing human remains within West Central African kingdoms. And if I may, hold on, is my Wi-Fi on?
It's on, but you know, you,
Let
you,
me
you going
share.
in, you going in and out every now and then. But go ahead, I can hear you.
I'm sorry about that.
You good now? Go ahead.
Let me.
Oh, now you're not good no more. Yeah. So, just to tell you guys, like, all I'm saying is this: I didn't say black Americans do not have black indigenous DNA or genetics in us. I think we do, but the foundation of what makes up Black American is a mixed group of people. Where we're at right now, through ethnogenesis, through colonization, is a mixed group of people. That's all I'm saying. Until Tyrone get back right. Tyrone, you back? Yeah, you got to fix your internet
Yeah,
connection.
can you hear me?
Yeah, now I hear you now. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm all right. Oh, yeah. Where I'm in a hospital right now with my dad. Let me show you this map because people want to sit up here and use.
Yeah. You might have to go outside, Tyrone. Yeah, Tyrone, you had to step outside real quick if it's the hospital.
You know, the Wi-Fi should be working here. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Let me show this. Let me show this map. I don't know why this. Yeah, here we are. Here we are. Yeah. So if you're taking a DNA test, right? And people want to hold their hats on this stuff. All of these kingdoms once existed and they got toppled over by other larger kingdoms, right? So I don't understand how somebody can use a DNA kit when it's not going to point you to places that's named Wagado Mande, Ganawa, Numidia, if you're claiming to be a Moor. They're not taking you to no Songhai Empire, Nok civilization, Akan, Hausa, Ife, Zaire, the Zambi, Ngolo, Kumbi, Saleh, Tegagas, Jenny, or Gal, whatever these people want to claim to be. Because over time, like during the colonial period and antebellum period, these people were overtaken. So they're not getting a team of excavators and digging up like bones from these kingdoms and comparing it to us. They're comparing modern tribes that were created in the 1940s. These nations like Ghana, Nigeria,
Nigeria.
uh,
Right.
Senegal, places that didn't even exist at the time. And they're saying that we're related to modern living people's saliva that share a common haplogroup within the BCE, which that's not going to guarantee you anything because it's not talking about you going through the colonial and antebellum period of the slave trade. And with the transatlantic slave trade, they have not tested any indigenous groups that's relevant to our bloodline or Mongol natives that got us in their DNA because they're not volunteering their own spit or skeletal remains when it comes to proving our point with the Aboriginal talking point
Correct.
because they got Negra. And that's why we having a difficult time with these people trying to claim that we don't have the blood. We was just some slaves. That doesn't mean make any sense because Indians went through slavery for 400 years. Full 400. The alleged Africans that got brought into the United States was 221,000 according to David Eltis from Playboyjust.com. And so that's not enough to maintain your melanated hue, what Brother AI has.
Mm-hmm.
That would also mean that we have Aboriginal people that had a Negro phenotype within the United States.
Right.
So the Smithsonian and 19 annual reports is that the blood of Southern Negro is unquestionably Indian. Has anybody grasped that? Because you got it consistently said in all the Lawber's Indian Slavery book, Jack D. Forbes, and the Smithsonian's own Indivisible.
You're 100%
I hope
correct, bro.
everybody got that and took notes, but I'll land at that and let somebody else respond.
Appreciate that, Tyrone. So basically, in short term, there's not enough reference sample groups in the rest of the world to compare our DNA test to. So what I realized with the DNA test is all they're doing is taking like 500 Nigerians and modern day Nigerians and asking them, hey, where your mama from? Where your grandmama from? Where your uncle from? Oh, they all been here? Okay. And they're sampling that and comparing that DNA to people who are alive today. But like how Tyrone said, there is no reference group for America because the Native Americans won't do it. You know what I'm saying? America has the least amount of participants in DNA reference label groups. So that's why I don't go off DNA tests. Anyways, Victorious, talk to me, brother. Victoriously Viday. Talk to me, brother. What's your name? Where you from?
Word, yeah. You call me Vic, and I'm originally from North Carolina. I live in Maryland.
Okay, talk to me.
First of all, let me say this. I am black, blackity black, proud to be black. In the history of the United States of America, I shall die black. Okay. Having said that, I'm of the same thought of you when you check all the above, okay? Because that's just common sense, okay? We if people know how family trees work, you know, you can be many different things within that family tree, you know.
Right.
And for my brother down below here, Tyrone, the name of the place may have changed, but the people never changed. The people remain the same. So, and to give you another history of my family to go along with your point, host, one part of my family, which is my grandfather's lineage, um, his ancestor was a slave, but he was the son of the slave master. Now, the slave masters from some regions in North Carolina, they, if they liked their sons, you know, their slave sons, some of them looked out for them, and that was the case with my grandfather's great great grandfather, and they sent them to Halifax County, North Carolina. In Halifax County, North Carolina, there were jobs that were set aside for mulatto blacks, meaning the slave owners' slave children. Okay, and in that county of North Carolina, that's just one part of my lineage. Then I go over to my father, and it's blackity black black on top of black 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 on top of the blackity black black. Okay, word.
Right.
And then you go to my grandmother's, and then it is black, white, and indigenous.
I would have to
See,
say what kind of black, because when we're looking at the colonial records, you had Indians
African
being
black,
referred to as
African
black.
black,
I don't know
Wait,
about
African,
wait, hold on,
African.
hold on, Tyrone. Let me let him land his plane. I'll let you come back and talk to him.
African black, where black began, Africa in Africa. So it's African black. Okay, is that? I'm guessing that's a new color in the thing, but yeah. So I have no problem being called black, and in given the state of the United States right now and its history, uh, we should, uh, I mean, to hear black people try to separate themselves. I don't want to be black anymore, or I'm more, or I'm a this, or I'm a that. Nigga, please. Not in America. Not in America. Okay?
So,
So they want you to separate yourself, and you're willingly doing it. Willingly. And to what end? To what
so,
end?
so,
Given the state of America today.
Vic, so I'm gonna have to say that I don't all the way agree to what you're saying. I like how basic you're trying to keep it though. What I do like is you're trying to keep it simple and just say that we're black. I like that part. Now, the only part that there might be some varieties in is that the name changing of Africa wasn't just because they changed the name. They've been colonized, which also means
Mm-hmm.
they're now a mixed group of people. You see what I'm saying? So the
Mm-hmm.
same people that are there today are not the same as that Africans that
Not
were
all of them.
during that
Not
time.
all of them. I work with a whole lot of people from Africa. I'm retired now, but on my job, we worked at Homeland Security, and there was a lot, it's securing the government buildings, and there were Africans from everywhere, from all over Africa, working with me and alongside me, and I did not see not one African person
Can I
that
interject?
looked like their bloodline had been tapped.
No, 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 no,
Not
no. That's
one.
not that. Wait, hold on. You're going off of skin color, and that's not a good
Well,
way
no,
to.
I'm going after everything. I'm going after features, skin
Yeah,
color,
but
That's
that's
not
still.
good. That's not
But hold on,
scientific.
Vic. That's not scientific because we have a lot of different groups of people who look a certain way, but that don't mean they come
Well,
from
yeah,
that exact.
I get that. I
Thing.
get that.
So I'm gonna read
I
this to
get
you. So I'm gonna say this. So it says, so are Africans a new group? In a way, yes, but not because they lost their past, because Africans lost their past too. As much trash they try to talk about us, saying we don't know where we come from, we was enslaved. They also went through colonization, and they don't have this, and they don't keep records like how we do. The thing about Black Americans, we could trace our genealogy. They ain't got no genealogy over there in Africa. They're going off of folklore storytellings that have been passed down by generations, but there's no documents. So it says in a way, yes, because they've lost their past. Africans today are descendants of ancient civilizations, survivors of colonial disruptions, and architects of modern nations. Their identity is not a race, but evolved. Same thing that happened to us. So some of us want to call us black indigenous. That don't mean we all held on to being black indigenous. We evolved from the small percentage of Africans that came over here, the Europeans that colonized us and
Yeah,
mixed us up. We evolved.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So we're just like
yeah.
any other group of people that went through
I see it, but you know what the
colonization.
difference is, though. You know what the difference is, though, is that Africa has a extremely large population of black people, and well more larger than what we have here. Okay,
There's no proof. Well, there's
so the
South
odds
America.
of
South
so the
America.
odds of finding, I'm sorry, the
Go ahead.
odds of finding a pure African are like right there in front of your face.
What is a
You see what
pure
I'm saying? The
African?
odds of finding,
Hold on. What is a pure
So,
African?
meaning their bloodline has not been
that's not true.
mixed.
It has, because over
You,
time,
sorry, so Vic, but hold on, Vic. You could look at me right now and say that I got African features. You don't think I've been mixed with anything else?
Yeah, yes. I can
So
look at you
you,
and
so
see
you
that you
can't.
have
So
African
yeah.
features,
So what?
and you are correct. But you could be. But my sister is darker than you,
Right.
and
I
that's my
say dark
sister.
skin don't mean
And you
anything
see
because you can
me,
Dark,
still
dark.
have
There you go. So
right?
Adnams.
that's
You
my
see
point.
me. You
I
see
don't
me.
deny that there wasn't maybe a European on a plantation that probably great or one of my sibling ancient relatives could have had an interracial relationship. I don't doubt that, but that don't mean that I gotta look white or look mixed. There's no proof that that
Of
correlates with
course,
it.
I
But hold
agree
on,
with
Vic.
you. I agree
Hold
with
on,
you.
Vic. Let me let
I,
Tyrone go.
I
Tyrone.
got a question.
Hold on, Flays. Not, Flays, we already talked already. I gotta let Tyrone go. Go ahead, Tyrone. Ask your question.
You know, to respond to Victorious, because he act like that Africa is one big homogenous black group when they're not. They see things differently from black Americans within the United States because we have different ethnic groups here too. Like they
Right,
count our
right.
stuff as African diaspora according to DNA, but when it comes to Africans, over time they've been remixing and they got several different little ethnic groups, language groups, and cultures, and they also have xenophobia. So let's not assume that everybody is on this black power stuff when Africans don't even agree to that. And plus, when I was mentioning to you what kind of black, because black itself in colonial records were referring to
I
Indians
never
that were
said that
also,
though.
oh, okay,
I
sir.
don't believe I said
But
that,
you
sir.
just said that. You literally said that Africa black when in colonial records that's not what white people see it as. They're just using that as
I
a
said, would
term
you
for.
like to know would you like me to
Hold
repeat
on,
what I said?
Victorious. Let me.
With,
I didn't cut you off
okay. Yeah.
with your whole
Yeah,
thing.
let him
Oh
finish.
no,
Let him
I
finish.
mean
Vic.
you. Okay, go
So
ahead.
historically, Negro and black was used to refer to people that were enslaved, but it doesn't tell you what specific ethnic group you are. Because you could
Right.
be an Indian throughout that whole thing and you wouldn't know. And I'm referring to like E. Franklin Frazier because he did a study on most black Americans' genealogy. And what he found out through listening to different slave narratives is that the African part is just vague. It's not actually proving anything. It's just saying that, oh, I saw my one relative that was dark skinned and I assumed he came from the Igbo tribe. But that's not the true case because he could have came from the Chippewa or the Narragansett or somebody because all these different ethnic groups were put into slavery. You got it.
Vic, go
Hey,
ahead,
can
Vic.
I ask my question?
Wait, hold on,
Yeah,
Flays.
yeah, I agree with that summation. You know what I'm saying? I agree with that summation. Um, like I said, look at me, and then if I had a picture of my sister, you wouldn't think that she had a drop of whiteness in her whatsoever. Okay, so I'm agreeing with the host that we are many different things, but I'm not about to sit around and call myself Irish or German. Okay, that I ain't gonna do. I'm black.
That's what I'm
Okay,
saying. That's
I
exactly what
don't
I'm
give a
saying.
damn what that slave master was. I could care less what he was, where he came from, any of that. Okay, in this country, I am black. I am proud to be black. That's what we are as a collective in my eyes because of everything we went through, because of what the host said.
Vic, that part I do agree with you. Vic. It's the simple. ideology. I agree. I agree with. We are mixed, so I don't know why people like Africans like to say, "Oh, you're African." And nigga, you gonna just ignore the fact that America was already populated with some blacks over here? Then some of y'all say, "Oh, I'm just Indian." You're gonna ignore the fact that they had you in colonization and they had white Europeans who were raping you. Black American in itself is enough. Is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Black American in itself is enough. It's another group of people.
Say it
On the
loud,
screen.
brother. Say it loud. I like that.
See what I'm saying?
Okay,
So
so I got.
wait, Flay, it's not your turn. Yeah, you gotta wait, brother. See what I'm saying? So Black American is enough to claim. You don't gotta claim nothing else. That's it. That's it. We are mixed with, because all y'all are right. We are mixed with all of that. But we formed our own culture. We have our own slang, fashion. We don't do the same things as Africans. They don't act like us. And like Tyrone say, some of them don't like us. We don't do the same things as the black indigenous anymore. Because like I said, we're not them no more. We've been colonized. I'll put it like this: the ones who claim that they're Native American, they don't like us neither. I mean, they're mixed too. They're not no whole Indian indigenous. They've been colonized heavier than we have. They damn near white in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? And the Native Americans just walk
Damn
around.
right. And they sure enough don't claim us. So I
Exactly.
definitely ain't in a rush to claim them. Like some
Exactly.
black people are.
Exactly.
So the
So
Okay.
time I'm on the genealogy Gestapo. I'm like claim everything that's in your bloodline and not just go off of skin color and crayon cash.
right.
Like receipts or get the F out, or you just a chocolate colored European, because we can't just go off of guessing and looker shit like Victorious just did. You
he
got it.
said, he said, receipts or get the fuck out.
Did
Right.
I just tell this man that my sister is dark skinned, is darker than this host? Didn't I
Yeah,
But
but
just
you
say
anyway,
that?
could still be a European.
anyways, I think to a certain degree, we all could come to understanding that, okay, listen, I don't tell what y'all to claim. That's what I don't do. If you guys want to claim more, I say go ahead. If you niggas want to claim African, I say go ahead. Y'all want to claim black, even if you want to claim Caribbean, go ahead. I'm not here to tell you what you want to call yourself. I know when I do my genealogy, it traces back to being a freed man. So I take that as somebody who went through chattel slavery, who's been colonized, and I could have been on both sides of the fence. Some freemen were black indigenous who were already in tribes. The sad part about the tribes is that the black tribes, the original tribes, have been infiltrated by white people. That's for a long time, for about 300 years now. So the same black indigenous we want to claim, those people have already been damn near pushed to the side, and these newer Native Americans have came in. So I don't really see the point in trying to be too much cahoots with them niggas when all we need is our reparations from them, because it has listed that free men are deserved reparations. I want the money. Fuck the title. I said, give me the money.
All
That's
right,
attached to it. Hold on,
all right.
Flavor.
Let me.
Hold on, Flavor. Right. I don't give a damn about the name calling. Calling myself African doesn't give me no damn reparations. So I'm saying we've been called African American. That has done nothing for us. The only thing we've been missing is freedmen, and that is in the Act 1866 Act. And we have to, and like I just read, that holds the most rights in law because it's already been proven to work. I already read what Flavor tried to say they dropped it. That's not true. I just read to y'all that they have not dropped it, and they actually approved it, the terminology. So I don't care what, if y'all don't want no money, I'll hold on to y'all money. That's all I'm saying. Y'all don't want, I will hold on to you niggas reparations. That's all I'll put in my back pocket. You want to run around call yourselves Indians, Moors, African, I will hold on to your reparations. That's all I'm saying. Give it to me. I'll take good care of it. You don't want it. That's all. Y'all don't want it. That's it. Anyways, let's move on to Scoop. Scoop, the Aboriginal Tommy, bro. What's going on?
What's good, brother? How you doing today?
Just holding on to some people's reparations. That's all.
Hey, I see what you're trying. I see what you're doing. I get your point, bro.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to say a whole bunch, but I a lot of times I go to, it's from when I'm doing my research. I've been like researching for about 15 years now, and I've done my a lot of my genealogy, back to about the 1600s, and I found out that my people are Aboriginal. and all the way back my 6-time great grandfather. And I haven't had any Africans in my whole bloodline, either side, this entire time, because I'm trying to go to the root, and the root is when you go to the mounds, and when you go to the artifacts and the things they're finding in these caves and the actual factual real stuff, rocks and pottery and all that stuff, it's black people. It's us. We've been here thousands of years, and there's documented fact and proof of it.
Mm-hmm.
So from California to Florida.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's documented, it's all in Smithsonian. Yeah. So there's nothing you can't debunk. It can't be debunked because it's documented facts. I was just in Vegas. I was just in Nevada. There's pyramids all through there. I took pictures of them. And we built the pyramids. We're the ones that did it. We're the one that built the big Victorian homes. We're the one that built the slave man, the plantation, the big mansions. We built those. White people didn't build those. We are the architects and all that type of that style. There's castles here. There's huge mansions. All that we built, all of that our ancestors did. So I'm not here to talk a whole lot, but there's documented facts that we've been here thousands of years. The Wachita are some of the most ancient people on the planet. They've been in Louisiana for thousands of years. The Mayans, the Olmecs were black people with the same hairstyles. Like you look at the Bompoc, Mexico pyramids inside the picture. I have pictures of it. They have the same hairstyles them Florida cats be wearing with the crazy, like Cam Newton's. They got them same hairstyles 1,500, 2,000 years ago in the Bompoc, Mexico pyramid pictures, bro. So we are here. We are the indigenous. We are the aboriginals of this land, period. Bottom line.
Correct. I fully agree. I think that's 100% correct. But we also can't take away the fact that we've been colonized. You know what I'm saying? And through colonization, now you're mixed. Unfortunately. Because if we would have won, let's say we won the whole thing, then we could say that we stayed the same. But because European invaders came over, we fought them better than anybody else in the world. We fought them the best. Because colonization came over, and then they did set up shop, and they did capture some of us, and they did breed with some of us, and they did go grab some Africans, 2%, to come over here with the black indigenous that's here. I think if you want to say that, I think black American and being indigenous at this point is two separate things, but they make up black American. Black Americans that's the pot that we're in. We're in a melting pot, and we're mixed into that. See what I'm saying? But I wouldn't solely just say that I'm just black Aboriginal, because we took an L at one point. See what I'm saying? We got colonized. And once you do that, you're now something else. And it's a beautiful thing to be black American. I don't want y'all getting too caught up thinking it's a bad thing. We made it so unique and special, and we balled out with it. We're the only group who went through colonization and still balled. We still created our own Black Wall Streets. We still became America's most popularized athletes.
That's why they don't like us. You're right.
Entertainers. We still created. We still became lawyers, doctors. We still created our own institutions. No other group that's been colonized has ever done that out of colonization. Look at the Caribbeans. They still fucked up. You look at Africa, they about 300 years behind. You look at the Native Americans, supposedly Native Americans, they're on the reservations getting drunk. See what I'm saying? So it's a beautiful thing, this new mixture that we are. And I think we should take pride in that. To just say we're black indigenous, we don't do the same things black Aboriginals do. That's just the thing of it. And it's nothing bad to say, but we are. That is my makeup. That is your makeup. We're mixed in that. See what I'm saying? So I just think I like to claim it all, because I like this new mixture that we are.
Me too, sir. I'm sorry to cut across, but I'm gonna let you drop me so that you can bring somebody else up. I enjoyed the conversation. I agree with what you just said wholeheartedly. All right, y'all have a good one, man.
All right, you too. Yeah, I like being black American. I love it. See what I'm saying? I think we done great things with what we have, more better than anybody else. So to try to like claim other things or claim the whole past, y'all could do that, and I'm not opposed to that. But I just think that I think you guys think that being black American is a bad thing. You know what I'm saying?
Can I
Hold on. or you don't think it's as cool as being Aboriginal. See what I'm saying? When the Aboriginals, black Aboriginals, probably looking at us from heaven on the ground, like, boy, them black American niggas, boy, they do the damn thing, boy. Shit, them niggas found a way to take our fucked up situation and make it a positive situation. Them niggas created rap, R&B, hip hop, soul music. See what I'm saying? Them niggas could cook. They cook better than us. See what I'm saying? We was out there eating whatever was left over. These niggas made, you know what I'm saying? They barbecues be out the chain, collard greens, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So
Going down on Gator Tail.
Gator Tail, you know what I'm saying? So I think there's a lot of things we should be proud about by calling ourselves Black American. So I'm saying I think we overlook that sometimes. I don't think we should do that, in my opinion. And I'm not saying that you should. It should take away from our Black indigenous roots too, because we are that too. But I think we done created something cooler than that, in my opinion. That's just all I'm saying. Tyrone, son, you want to say that before I let Flavor talk?
I would like to put up this quote right quick. What they say?
Result of intermingling of Negroes and Indians, I can't see that. When the coast tribes dwindled and the small members moved inland, associated, and I can't see the rest of that word, Negroes until the family lost their identity, were race, considerable portions of the blood of the, I can't finish that word, unquestionable Indian, because the whole screen not up, brother. Ninth annual report. I can't see the whole screen, but yeah, tell me what the whole screen say.
So it's basically saying that the blood of the Southern Negro is unquestionably Indian, regardless of them saying that you are adopted or somebody was enslaving you. It still says that you have the blood and you're Indian by blood, regardless.
Right.
So anybody sitting up here trying to claim that we some pretendians and wabos, they all cap because this is from the Smithsonian and Indivisible. And also Jack D. Forbes, Almond Willard Lauber, and even who else? The American Bureau of American Ethnology stating that Black Americans are equivalently Indian.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. You can't say that we just some generic Africans. We are of the bloodline.
Mm-hmm. Right, and that's all I'm saying. I'll never say that we don't have. I fully hard to believe that we're majority that. That's what I believe. I think we're majority black indigenous because there is already a high population of us over here. You see what I'm saying? They didn't go to Africa like that to go get some slaves. So if we look at our admixtures, if they actually would do the DNA test in America, it would show that maybe majority of us probably only have like maybe 2 or 3% African, the rest Black indigenous, and a small portion of maybe some of us have European in us. So I'm saying what you do is you take that majority and you can say, hey, this is what majority I am, but we've been through ethnogenesis, so my culture is Black American. So I'm claiming to be Black American, but my roots is Black indigenous. That's all I'm saying. That's all you have to do. But the focus point when I start talking about these things is to be political. And the political aspect of it is the Freedmen Bureau is attached to reparations, because not only were the so-called Africans in chattel slavery, but also the Black indigenous that the Native Americans switched sides on, captured them, and turned them into slaves as well too, and mixed them into the population of slaves. So it goes both ways. But we're after the reparations. So if you guys want to call yourself Black,
that's what I'm on too.
Exactly. So it really don't matter to me what y'all call yourselves. But like I said, I will hold on to your reparations if you don't want to be called a freeman. That's all I said. Appreciate that, brother. Let me get Flavor talking. Flavor, talk to me, brother. What's going on?
All right, I was gonna say, okay, what is black? What is black people? You know what I'm saying? And then I was going to say, do you know about reclassification? Because it seemed like this person black just like kind of in the way and throwing people off, but black is the reference term. It's the same person as a indigenous person over here in America. You know, and it's just
Who
like
called himself Black?
you keep saying black, black this, black that, but black is just a descriptive term.
What did I say? But what did I say that I call myself when it's time for politics?
Oh yeah, you say you claiming the freedom.
Okay, so what's the wrong with saying black?
Black, because black is a reclassification
Black
to the
is
term that you're saying.
Black is a social construct. You can use black in a social term.
You can, but all I'm saying is black is a reclassification term.
I didn't say I was using it at any other level but social. Black American.
Yeah.
Black American is a culture.
but all I'm saying is it's not healthy to just keep saying black because it's just not a real people. It's just a description of people
It
who's
is a real
already
people
over
now,
here.
sir.
Do
We are.
yeah, yeah. I'm saying it is a real people, but I'm saying the term black is just describing who you're saying freedmen or indigenous Indian. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And it just feel like a disrespectful term because
How is it
it
disrespectful?
because it was placed on us by other people trying to negate from who we actually are. And that's all I'm saying. Because a lot of people just not getting into the knowledge will be
I'm
thrown
not
off.
gonna sit here and make every nigga in the world say they not black. There's too many niggas for that. There's nothing wrong with calling yourself black American and saying black. We have went through a process where the terminology of it has changed because of us and what we have done here in the history that we have here. It no longer means what it meant 500 years ago in America. That's why when you go to different places, black has different terminologies. Black used in Africa, Haiti, and Jamaica is not the same as black here in America. So it is a term.
Oh,
You can use it. You can use it
mhm.
socially. Now, when we're talking about reparations, it's attached to being a freeman. That's the only time that it really matters when you want to
That,
call yourself something else. So I don't see the
okay, that's
problem with
cool.
stuff like that.
And then I was going to ask you this. All right, so you're going after reparations. All right, even with reparations, do you understand why we are needing reparations? Why we supposed to get them?
We need reparations from for two different reasons. First, we need it for chattel slavery. They're the ones who said that they're going to give it to us. And then second, even after slavery, through Jim Crow laws, redlining, the Black Wall Street has been burnt down. Things that happened literally 100 years
Okay.
ago, recently.
That's a part of it. But what I'm saying is, all right. So with reparations, that goes back to your great grands who fought in the wars. That's
What
one reason why
wars?
we're old.
What wars?
The American Indian Wars,
Oh
the
my
French
God,
Indian
man,
War, yeah,
brother,
because
what is
no,
your
no, no, no,
end goal,
because
brother?
no. What I'm telling you,
End goal?
because
What is your end
the
goal?
reason why they say we are granted reparation because our people was granted things in those to fight for these different sides. They came to the tribes and they recruited our people to fight for certain sides. So they're saying those sides said, look, we will give you this if you come help us fight your cousins down there in Florida. When the war was over, our people was not granted those things. So that's where you get reparations through everything we went through. But being called slaves is a cover up term of prisoner of war.
Okay, okay,
That's what
fine.
I'm
So
saying.
what is your goal? Were you trying to say freedom
I'm
is
just
not your
saying
goal?
for every okay, so saying
You
this is
don't
saying
like freedom.
everybody.
You don't like freedom.
No, I mean, no, I don't like Freeman
Okay.
because Freeman is
Do you
just
have a
to say
different?
that
Do you have a different
uh,
terminology to use?
you just are who you are. That's why people would fight
What
the
is
tribes
that?
about the
What is that?
term.
What is that?
Indigenous of your tribe. If you say you Creek,
Okay,
you
and then
just
what
Creek.
is that
If you
attached to
say
any
if you
reparations? Is that attached to
eh,
any reparations?
that's the thing. They were trying to make it hard for us to get it. That's why they came up with
So
all these
is
different bad
anything written right
names.
now? Is there anything written right now attached to the reparations by calling us free?
We're going by what's written, right? But who is written by is the people that you're trying to get it from, which is the FBAs, are those Western Indians, and they're on top of our business and trying to keep us from getting what we need. They make us jump through all these hoops. Oh, okay, we're gonna call you freemen. We don't need to be called
Brother,
free.
you sound too emotional and no scholarship. So I'm gonna have to drop you.
I mean,
Again,
no, it's real.
yes, listen, y'all, listen. Jesus Christ. This is why I don't tell y'all niggas what to call yourselves. I don't tell y'all what I just tell you niggas, I'ma hold on to your reparations. That's why I don't say I don't get mad. Whatever y'all want to call yourselves, I don't be mad at it. I just say I'm gonna hold on to your reparations. You know why? Because clearly we're on two different missions and agendas. You got one nigga who hates black. He hates it. He hates it. He doesn't like Freeman. He just wants the title of his name. He wants people to look at him and say, "You're indigenous." And I'm saying, I want the reparations that go behind the term freedman. So we have two different agendas. There's no reason for me to talk to you if we have two different agendas. You want alpha whatever, then you hop on here then. I let that nigga talk twice. I want reparations, you want name calling. We're just on two different missions. So I don't sit here and judge you about what you want to be called, but don't tell me what I should be called. Because it's the same thing the Africans do. I want reparations. that has legal and lawful term. Until you indigenous folks and you Moors go out and find a law, or you write up a law, you take it to court that stands in court, then you could come to me and tell me what I should call myself. Until then, you just talking out of emotions and Hebrew, Jubu, Dubu stuff. For the tethers and cougar birds, we call it babble. This is what this old bitchy nigga about to do. For you niggas, I'm gonna call it Chifu Hubu talk. You know what I'm saying? Right.
What does freeman mean though?
Freeman means people attached to chattel slavery, who are owed reparations through the Native Americans and what you call it, and the U.S. government. You come on, come on. Right, that's what that means.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
Okay.
Good morning, hello.
So this is the African queen right here. We call him Old Bitchy. So I'm saying, this is another nigga. He just be babbling.
Yeah, man. So you guys are talking about reparations and stuff like that, man.
So no, bitch, we don't do that. I don't let outsiders talk about our reparations because you don't got a claim to it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna just drop you. You know what I'm saying? Because you're African, and you know, there's no need for you to be in this conversation, right? But anyways, yeah, freeman is the last thing that we were called that actually have any substantial term to reparations. See what I'm saying? Everything else, if you guys had some stance in court right now with your terminology, then I would have went with that. So I'm not biased. I'm not against what you guys are saying. I'm going off of law. And then it showed that it's been passed. I just read to you guys that the Freeman Act has not been overturned. Not lying like the other dude, Flavor, whatever. It hasn't been overturned. And then here's another thing. Y'all going against Freeman. Freeman is what gets you niggas inside the goddamn Cherokee 5 civilized tribes in the first place. So what are we talking about? This same thing that y'all going against me for, who y'all want to be called indigenous, is the same way you going to get inside these tribes. So I'm not understanding what the hell what are y'all going against? Is my question. Yeah, the term freeman underneath the 1866 Act gives the people who were enslaved tribal citizenship to the tribes. So y'all don't want that neither? I'm confused with you niggas. What are you niggas exactly trying to get? Is my question to the panel. What are y'all trying to achieve? Because y'all going against everything. I understand I want to be called Africans. But y'all don't want no money neither? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? So hold on, so I can read to you niggas. That's what y'all need. Y'all think I'm just talking. That's the problem. You niggas think I'm just talking. Oh, bitchy, brother. Nigga, you got kicked off another panel already. Stop trying to come up here, brother. You're not allowed. You're not allowed up here, brother. Let me go ahead and read this to y'all real quick, since we searching up shit. Been working. Okay, so I'm gonna read this to y'all. The 1866 treaties between the U.S. government and the 5 civilized tribes, including the Muskogee, Cherokee, Chickasaw, Seminole nations, explicitly granted citizenship to freemen and their descendants who were formerly enslaved by tribal citizens. These treaties were part of the Reconstruction efforts following the Civil War. So do you niggas want to side the tribe or not? Y'all want to be Indians or not? So I'm saying is what I'm not. Why y'all going against me when what I'm saying gives y'all what y'all want? Appreciate that, nigga. It gives y'all what y'all want. So what do you niggas want? What y'all niggas want? Panel, tell me what is y'all wishes? What can AI do for y'all? Is my question. It says, let me read y'all some more. What's the 1866 treaty says? For example, the Article 2 of Muskogee Creek Nation Treaty states that persons of African descent and their descendants shall have and enjoy all rights of privilege of native citizens. Similar language appears in the treaties with the other tribes, though each treaty has its own nuance. Right. Despite these treaty provisions, some tribes later enacted constitutional laws that excluded freemen descendants from citizenship, often by requiring proof of Indian blood. However, recent court rulings have reversed these exclusions. So I don't know what y'all what else y'all niggas want from me. yeah, nigga, I'm about the money. I'm about the money, and I'm about getting the money by going by the book. Let's play by the book. Unless y'all want to go rob and steal. And if y'all can figure out how to get away with it, shit, put me in it. But if y'all niggas can't get away, I'm not joining you niggas. See what I'm saying? Right, nigga. So this is the book telling you niggas what you're owed. So you would say Cherokee Freeman? You could say Cherokee Freeman, don't call yourself Cherokee. Me personally, my personal agenda, I'm not looking to get tribal citizenship though. I don't care for it. I really don't. If it comes with some great benefits, then maybe, yeah. If it comes with some more money and some land, then yeah. But I'm not looking to put a feather in my head. I don't give a damn about that. I want the money. Fuck being on them plantations with them damn, fuck being on playing with them drunks. Yeah, all them Native Americans out there doing is getting drunk and graping each other. Yeah, they ain't do nothing great since we was in power and running America. They ain't do shit. All they been doing is being drunks and out there playing pretending. Y'all name me the last great thing a Native American did. That's on the reservation right now. They ain't do shit. They ain't do shit. Matter of fact, let me not be that way. That's being messed up. Not all Native Americans, but most of them. What's the last great invention a Native American made? Y'all name it. They ain't create Hard Rock. Hard Rock Stadium is down here in Florida, and we just pay them. We pay them to be on their territory. They ain't create Hard Rock. You know what I'm saying? What the hell? Yeah. I'm waiting for a Native American, one of you fake pretendians, to tell me what's the last thing you created. The bow and arrow. We created that. Yeah, talking about the bow and arrow. Yeah, y'all ain't do shit great. We've been doing shit great since then all the way up to now. America don't even recognize y'all. No, we can't even find y'all around. And why is y'all population so small? Exactly. Yeah, y'all ain't create shit but some drunks and some badass kids who hair touches their ass crack and they don't know that they mixed with European. That's all y'all created was some confused ass kids. Cause they really each other's cousins. Cause all that graping y'all be doing like white folks. Y'all really related. Yeah. And who else y'all hunching on if y'all can't leave your Native American reservation? Y'all be hunching on each other. Nasty. Y'all be hunching on y'all be hunching on y'all siblings. Yeah. Talking about us. Not creating nothing. That's why I don't want to be tribal members with you niggas. Y'all disgusting to me. You niggas sick. Yeah. Y'all fucked up. Y'all fucked up. I don't want to be tribal members with you fake $5 Indians, pretendians. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Florida boy. They out there hunching on their cousins and shit because they on that small reservation. You know what I'm saying? That's why their population ain't growing. Cause everybody out there got Down syndrome and shit. That's why y'all ain't create nothing in the last 500, 600 years. How you go from creating telescopes that see the moon and you out there trying to figure out which whiskey gonna get you the drunkest tonight? Y'all downgraded as a society. You know why you downgraded? Because you never was a society. It never was you. It was us. Not all of a sudden. Not all of a sudden. We been like that, and we been on that. Now all of a sudden, y'all ain't creating nothing great no more? Where's the fighting, y'all? I thought y'all was fighters. Y'all ain't fight shit. No white folks told y'all to sit y'all ass down on your reservation, and you sat there like a puppy dog. Yes, master. Yes, 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 yes. Getting y'all ass whooped. Y'all a damn disgrace. Yeah. Y'all don't even compete with black Americans right now. Y'all don't even compete with black Americans. Y'all can't even compete with us. Man, we walk past y'all and just with that long hair. Use that as shampoo, nigga. Use it as shampoo. Yeah. From that doggish, from that. That's one thing they created. Yeah. Y'all ain't real. Y'all ain't do nothing great since then. Y'all should be ashamed of who y'all became. But y'all never was. So that's why y'all ain't got no shame. The reason why y'all not ashamed because you never was. You never was. You know how y'all try to make fun of us saying we were, because we was, nigga. You never was. Yeah, you never was great. Unaliving and raping people on reservations. Yeah. And y'all was drunks. We was kings and shit, and y'all was drunks. Ah, yeah. Y'all was drunks. What y'all doing on them reservations right now? Tipsy at 10 o'clock in the morning. Tipsy at 10 o'clock in the morning. Working on your tractor. Singing and dancing around campfires. Getting the buffalo ready. While the white people tell you to pipe it down, you're too loud. What's going on, Tyrone?
It's crazy, bro.
Hey, you see how they not trying to come on the panel? You see how they trying to stay inside the chat? Them boys scared. Why y'all scared? Y'all ain't got no fighting, y'all. That's why. You even too scared to come on the panel. Because you scared. You ain't got no fighting.
It's hard to get a hold of these people because they always want to run from a real debate. Because whenever I catch these people in a debate, they always give us the win. Like they contradict themselves with this haplogroup DNA stuff. They contradict themselves with their oral history because all their oral histories lead back to what? Black people, technically, because if you talk about it, you can't sprang up out of the soil, who you dealing with? A person with you melanated skin. If you're talking about you a sky person, what you talking about? The ether, right? So either way, you lose. You got to come back to daddy.
You're right. Exactly. Yo, we are damn daddies. We are damn daddies. Yeah, that's what it is. I owe some of y'all BTA. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going on. Yeah. Someone said, by your logic, black people weak. How they got land tax free? They went ahead and they traded in the majority of the nation for small parts of the nation, and they can't come out. I'll never trade that. They're slaves in their own goddamn reservations,
It's an enclosure.
and they can never grow. That's the thing. They put y'all on reservations, and y'all can never grow. That's what they did. You're in controlled camps. I could go anywhere. Matter of fact, I could pull up to some of y'all reservations right now. You know what I'm saying? And build and grow. Y'all can't do that. You guys are captive in your own reservations.
Them niggas ain't even got no restaurants like that, B. They got to share with Amish people. They got to share with Mexicans. Like, I don't even know what the Native American recipe for, like, soul food is, bro. And they the ones that supposedly made it from us, for us. So make it make sense, Doc. Like they the main ones should be eating cornbread, not no damn fry bread.
Oh my gosh. How y'all let them white boys do y'all like that? How y'all let them put y'all on conservation camp and y'all stay there? on reservations. And y'all stay there. Y'all have not improved since. We came out of slavery and became great. We everybody's favorite athlete, singer, dancer,
Inventor.
entrepreneur, inventor. You know what I'm saying? How we surpassed y'all?
Yeah, entrepreneurship alone.
Yeah, entrepreneurship. How we surpassed y'all? Huh? How we greater than y'all? Y'all supposed to be the first ones here. Y'all started off supposedly as great. What happened? What happened? Why y'all not great no more? Y'all ain't got no more fork tails?
In the same boat with Africans over there overseas. Like, I don't know why they think they better than us when we're literally the most successful people in the Americas. We got $1 trillion worth.
Hey, let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all fake Native Americans something. Y'all best bet is to side with Black Americans. Your best bet is in being cahoots with me. That's what your best bet is. I promise I had that reservation up and running like a motherfucking Ferrari. Y'all best bet is to side with us. Y'all went against us, traded us in, and that's why y'all fucked up right now. See, y'all traded us, and we became great. Y'all became whatever. Hey, AI, do you know how much money they receive from the government monthly? I have no clue. I know it's in the thousands. I know it's in the thousands. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Y'all niggas, y'all can't do shit. Y'all best bet was to let us in the reservations, like how y'all doing now. Matter of fact, y'all realizing it now. That's why y'all letting us in now, cause you realize you need our help. We the innovators. We the ones who create shit. We got all the motion. Yeah. Yeah, we the ones who got shit popping in America. When people think of America, they think of Black Americans, not you fake natives. Yeah, not you fake natives. They think of us. They think of Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, they think of Eddie Murphy, they think of Malcolm X, they think of Martin Luther King,
The Black Panthers.
Huey P. Newton, Fred Hampton.
What's that coon doctor? What's his name that did the brain surgery? Ben Carson.
Ben Carson, right?
What's
Yeah.
up, baby? Oh, that's why them
What's
niggas.
going on, Florida boy?
Hey,
Talk
what's
to me.
going on, cuz? Oh, that's
Chilling,
why they
dog.
want to accept. That's why they want to accept a nigga now. Cause I heard something about that. Because they need us in the reservation now. Now they want to recognize old Cherokee now. Fuck you.
Now they want us. Now they want
Now
to
you want to recognize them.
So they say, wait a minute. These black folks they might be on to something. These niggas might be
I was wondering that, man. I was wondering what was going on.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know, and I don't trust it all the way neither. I also think there's a
I'm
plot.
with you. I'm with you.
Yeah. I also think
But
there's a plot in it too,
but
because
what you were saying though, bro, I didn't know that about the Freeman thing. That make a lot of sense what you're saying though, bro.
yeah, the
Instead of the
Freeman.
titles, because I know everybody get hung up on these goddamn titles, man. Fuck, man. I don't give a fuck. Where the money? Where my motherfucking money? That's what the fuck I'm talking about. I know everybody get hung up on the title. 'Cause I was on it too. I'm like, oh shit, I want to be a Cherokee. Oh, you, man, fuck that. Look, give me my motherfucking, give
Give
me
me the
my
money.
shit, bro. Give
That's
me my
it, bro.
shit. I
Listen,
get what you're saying. Yeah, yeah.
you listen, dog.
So the
Like
title really ain't on. The title really ain't shit though, right?
the title ain't shit. I mean, listen, I know I'm one of the people who promote Black Indigenous, because I do tell y'all that I do say that we do come from that, but I ain't out here trying to tell y'all niggas to put feathers in y'all head. That ain't that's not my job. My job is to get you guys to do your genealogy and get the Freeman documentation so y'all can get you some money. And at the same time, it's also attached to Native American rights. So I'm saying that's all that is. And historically, we have been here. But
So
I don't.
how would I? Hey, how would I get the? How would I do that? How would I go about doing that, cuz?
So I do for the panel. I do one-on-one coaching to help you guys.
Okay, you just put it on me inbox. Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
talk
yeah,
about
yeah.
it. We'll talk
For the
about it like
panel,
that.
I do one-on-one coaching. I have my Patreon signed up there. So you can sign up through there. I got my Patreon attached. It's pinned at the
Okay.
top of the comments.
Okay.
You go
Bet,
through there,
bet, bet.
or a cheaper way, because I charge $90. A cheaper way is to subscribe to my TikTok for $6 a month, and I'll go ahead and coach you through helping your genealogy. I'll inbox you to a Florida boy.
Okay. Okay. Cool. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I don't fight y'all on what y'all want to be called. I came to realization that some of y'all don't want no money. Cool. Cool. I can't do nothing about that.
It's the same with the Pan Africans, bro. Like whenever we have these conversations, these cats fold and become Darwinists, and they also become anti-reparationists because they say, "Oh, it's a handout.
Yeah,
We
bro.
just
And then,
want to be African royalty, and that's it. Symbolic gestures."
and then, brother, what I notice is these the ones who's calling themselves Indians, they're starting to go against me. I'm like, what? That's my problem. Y'all starting now to tell me I'm wrong. I'm like, hold on, you're taking this too far now, nigga. Like you're going at you're getting ahead of yourself. You ain't getting no money, and
See, and that's the shit I remember I was telling you when I first came in. I told you, remember? I told
yeah.
you, didn't I? I said them niggas. I said the people. Remember I told you that? Now you see that
All
shit.
right, Luke, come up,
Yeah, for real.
come up.
Nah, Luke's scared. I try to invite Luke. Luke's scared. He might be like 15. He look like he a white boy. Luke a white boy. I ain't got time to be dealing with Luke. Luke
Your
a
own
white boy.
goddamn people, man, be the worst one though, man.
Yeah, Luke a little white boy. He ain't got nothing to say.
But anyway, what's his name that I came across that was being reparations denials? You got people like Black First or OHF. All these people want to talk about is African descent, but never want to go to a place in Africa to reclaim any type of reparations or charge Africans for selling other Africans into slavery, because that's also the thing. Because a lot of these people forget that, yeah, you're gonna have to charge all parties for, putting us in our predicament today.
Well, my thing about that is my research on that is I don't think we even need to go there um to with the Africans, because my personal opinion is the ones that did supposedly they claim that they sold. I don't think they understood that they were selling us into chattel slavery. I think it was more so indentured servitude. Because if anything, everybody's owed reparations for slaves because everybody was a slave at some point. I think the unique thing about us is we're the only group of people who went through chattel slavery. That's why we're owed reparations. The Africans, some of them in Africa were indentured servitude or slaves. Some white people were indentured and some slaves. So I'll leave that alone. I don't want nothing to do with Africa. I'm here worried about chattel slavery because we're old from these oppressors. Now, I just know not to deal with the Africans because they'll sell my ass real quick. I just don't trust them.
Yeah, they ain't got like things that have protections like rights and the things that we already fought for everybody to come over here, and
Right.
like a judicial system. And people like the Pan African Circle, they forget that they have more leeway within the United States of obtaining actual tangible resources and things of that nature, as long as they dig into their genealogy, going to the probate records, looking to land deeds, Southern Claims Commission, and it's right there. You can literally obtain paper trail money, but they don't want it. They saying, "Oh, I don't want it because this is just a handout." Oh, well, how are we going to dividend the money? Because
Well,
we
brother, we're
white people
looking for
can't pay it all.
restitutions. We want
Yeah,
restitution, not reparations. I'll hold on to y'all money. Y'all want I'll
they're
hold
going
on
to
to it.
outlies. Oh no, well, all skin color matters. Our reparations when it's lineage based.
Right. Right. Pan Africans never lived in Africa. Great. Great. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Dr. Umar don't live in no damn Africa. Dr. Umar stayed in
Exactly.
Philadelphia with us.
That be the shit I be talking about. Y'all motherfuckers be preaching about Africa so much. Half of you niggas never been there. Shit.
Oh, you know
Right.
what they do? They go to the parts where it's low maintenance. They go look for a
Yeah,
wife that's
yeah,
low
exactly. The
maintenance.
tourist little spot. Yeah.
Somebody that's like, and it's funny because they want to copy off the white supremacist model of hating on their own domestic women and chasing a low maintenance female or a low maintenance male, and brag and talk mess about their own people from their own community, and it's weird.
Exactly. Exactly. Anyways, y'all, man, I appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all again tomorrow, same time. And then Monday, Tuesday, Thursdays, we have our late night shows at 9:30 p.m. Catch y'all then. Appreciate everybody.